Oh baby, it's so damn dramatic. Sometimes I don't know where to go. Oh, he's my sunshine and my headache, but I keep coming back for more. So scary to admit that I'm falling for you while looking in your eyes. And there is nothing that I wouldn't do. I keep trying to break through, 'cause he got me so high. Just watching him, time flies. Make love to him daytime, I can't get enough. Yeah, he got me so high. Just watching him, time flies. Make love to him daytime, I can't get enough. 'Cause it's you that I love, I got to have it. You that I yearn for, so why you wanna let this go? I got to have it. You that I yearn for, so why you wanna let this go? You say I'm shady, what do you mean, boy? I try to figure out what's on your mind. If I could, I would give you the whole world. Just let me get close to you tonight. 'Cause he got me so high. Just watching him, time flies. Make up to him, daytime, I can't get enough. Yeah, he got me so high. Just watching him, time flies. Make up to him, daytime, I can't get enough. 'Cause it's you that I love, I got to have it. You that I yearn for, so why you wanna let this go? I got to have it. You that I yearn for, so why you wanna let this? You that I love, I got to have it. You that I yearn for, so why you wanna let this go? I got to have it. You that I yearn for, so why you wanna let this go? Why? He got me so high, just watching him, time flies. Make love to him daytime, I can't get enough. 'Cause it's you that I love, I got to have it. You that I yearn for, why wanna let this go?
Hello, everybody. I'm back. It's my Saturday Night Live stream. Thanks, everybody, for coming, and happy early New Year, and happy late Christmas. But I was here Christmas Day. Some of you were here. Actually, a lot of you were here. Had quite a lot of people show up then. Well, I'm tired, but I've got about 6 cups of coffee behind me right now, and I'm feeling a little bit better. How is everybody tonight? Are we doing good? Birdshot, how are you doing? Demon Rod, how are you doing? Half Demon, Laundry Basket Demon is here, and I have not seen you in quite a while, so I don't know where you've been hiding out, my friend. Laladam, McDunk, Moldy Bread, you're here. Phantom, Postmortem, how is everybody? It is good to see everybody tonight. I'm glad to be here. Oh my goodness, drop day. I am tired from editing. I edited last night, I shot yesterday, and I spent most all day editing. I actually got done a lot quicker than I thought. I actually even got my TikTok done. That's taking that non-music that they claim to have and porting my video to it. It only took me about an hour or so, but I do it because every once in a while I get a lot of views and they send me some money. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. They'll kind of like get you just about ready to quit, and then they'll throw a little cash at you and drag you right back in, and there you are again doing TikToks. Whatever. This video, I wasn't expecting a lot. I'm not as happy with this video as I usually am. I think I spent a little bit too much time on the birthday shout outs, but I had some to clear and I didn't feel like ripping through them 100 miles an hour. And then I had Emaru. But you know what? Emaru has already seen the video, so all is right with the world. How are you over here in Twitch land? Emaru has seen the video, so I appreciate y'all pointing that out to her. That is very good of you to do that. Navid, RB's video was okay, but I always get disappointed when I don't do real good because, man, I had my hopes up. I was pumped. I'm like 170, 180. I'm like, we are rocking it today. They're going to get a good score, but I knew that they were probably going to lose it on the weight test. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't make an issue of it, but I actually reviewed the same item way back in 2020. I really didn't want to draw a lot of attention to that video because watching that video to me was like watching a self-made horror show. I gave that thing a 7.0 and they failed the temperature test and they failed the weight test. The same, well, not quite the same way. Back then, I didn't pull 4 or 3 specimens and do sneakadoodle bites. I didn't weigh like 2 or 3 items, and I did it all in the car. I actually threw my scales on the seat in the car and weighed them, and just basically said, oh, well, it must not have had enough condiments in it. Doesn't matter. If they would have put more lettuce in it and mayonnaise like it says in the picture, it was only a little more than a half ounce short. It would have been fine, and then they would have been right on it. But I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they do that. Joker's in the house. Hey, Joker, how are you doing? I thought you weren't coming tonight, man. Jello Jeff, how are you? Oh, there's a whole bunch of people in here tonight. I didn't expect to get much of a turnout. Usually on the Saturday night in between 2 holidays. But anyway, back to this video. And what gets me about that is they knew I was there. I mean, I was, and it's terrible too. It's terrible. After I'm done shooting and I have lambasted them in the car about their temperature test, I'm going out and shooting a couple thumbnails, a little bit of B-roll here and there with my handheld camera. And there's a bunch of the employees standing out in the parking lot. And I get called over and they're like, hey, do you remember me? How are you doing? I'm like, I don't really want to tell them what I just went through, So there was that. I don't like to do negative videos, but it seems like that's all I do anymore. Everybody is sub 5. I probably should have banged them a little bit harder than that. Anyway, Malthasar, it is going fine. It's a Saturday night. It was actually drop day. I didn't expect to get it done. I didn't even think I was going to be able to live stream. I thought I would still be editing about this time, but I was wrapping it up by like 2:30 or 3, man, and I was like finished. I was really surprised about that. Let me read through a few comments to make sure that I'm not missing anything important. I get fussed at for that. Let me see. Moldy bread. Yeah, I mean, I usually don't go to a place the day or two before to check it out. But I did this time. I was there the day before with my wife. I got one and she got one. Mine was stone cold and hers was hot. And this is probably not going to go well. And I went through and they're just leaving them sit there. I don't think they're putting them under the light because the light they would be warmer. I think they don't put them under the light because it dries out the fish. And I just don't know what they're thinking. I just don't know. And I haven't had a good experience at that one for quite a while. I believe it is a franchised location. I actually had somebody in Discord that claimed to be a relative or a son of the guy who actually owns that. All I got to say to him is, dude, you need to go in there and watch these people and see what they're doing. Man, stuff like that, just drop it. Send them to the penalty box. We'll thank you for it in the end. It just gets on my nerves. Just gets on my nerves. And the fact that I did that 4 years ago and they turn around and the weight, I mean, I weighed one of those sandwiches back in the day, back in this December 4 years ago. I did the same thing, and it weighed about the same. So I was pretty certain they were going to fail the weight test, but and that was unfortunate. I mean, I think I was kind to them at a 4.9 actually. Yeah. You've been drinking too much, but it's shrimplet. I'm going to read a few questions here. Yeah, it is bad, Malthasar. It is bad. Are y'all on, do y'all watch Emaru's channel? She's on there right now. I actually watched it about 30 minutes ago. I watched her watch my video. And I like to watch other people watch my video because it lets me tell whether I'm boring you to tears in certain spots. And I think I went a little bit overboard on the birthdays. I need to tighten them up because typically my rule is on the birthdays, I don't do any more than 16 and I don't use any more than about 15 to 16, maybe 18 seconds of my video. I went a full 36 seconds on this. That's an entire B-roll I did. But it is what it is. And we'll just learn from what we feel are our mistakes and move on with that. Anyway, what did I get for Christmas? Not a whole lot. I was happy just not to be sick because I was sick most of this year. I've actually lost weight. My birthday would be like to drop 10 more pounds without having to suffer through being hungry for 10 more pounds worth of weight loss. As my sister points out to me, and I know she's watching this, it's calories in, calories in. I'm like, your body, when you're starving it gets very efficient, you know? So yes, that's true to an extent. And you've got to burn it off too, you know? So I've gone back to cleaning the fence row. That's where I get my cardio. Rather than go to a gym and pay a gym membership, I got 3 acres out here and I got a fence row that looks terrible. So I cut it all out and that's my cardio. It takes me I work for about 3 hours on there and get my heart rate up. It's pretty good, you know, get the saw out and I drag the limbs all the way across the yard over to the brush pile and burn them at a later date. My Christmas was fine, Mr. Dunk, Majority Gamer. Have you ever given an 8 or above? Do you recall? Oh yeah, I've given plenty of 8s. I've gave a cut 2 or 3 9s. I gave some ice cream a 9 once. I gave 2 9s to the Northwoods Walleye at Culver's twice, because I did that twice. And I did Massey's Pizza, got a 9.8 because they are the gold standard of fast food for me. That's what I judge everything against on taste. Pizza Steve, yeah, how are you doing? It is nice. ScanFan Ed is back. Yeah. Dungy Doug. Yeah, no. I know. You're gonna get Dundee Doug. You're gonna get hungry at some point, right? I'm just trying to get a rise out of her because I know she's watching. Anyway, how's the audio tonight and the video? Is everything looking fine? I should have asked before I started talking, but I was relatively certain that nothing was malfunctioning tonight. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, I got packages. This is what I just checked my mailbox before I came over here. I've got something from Prime. I have no idea what it is because I don't peek. And somebody sent me what looks like a card. No return address on it except Syracuse, New York. Syracuse, thank you. And then a big yellow slip. And you know what the yellow slip means, don't you? If you've got a P.O. box and it is too big to fit in a locker about this big, because they're pretty big lockers. They give you a key up in your little box and you go over to the locker and pick it up. I got to go up to the front desk, but I can't get that until Monday because tomorrow's Sunday and they're closed out there. And half the time you go over to my post office box and there's nobody there. They're closed. They close when they're supposed to be open because they're having problems keeping their help. But we're going to open those up in just a few minutes and get that out of the way and see what I got. I saw an old thumbnail. Yeah, you can tell from my old... You know what I'm doing? A lot of times you'll see non-aggressive climate. Yo, dude. First time chat. Good to see you in here. Naya Harney. Hi, how are you doing? I know I said that wrong, but Naya mine have got it fairly close. Anyway, back to that. We're going to be... what I was going to say is because I've been to these places so many times that I have footage that I can pull thumbnails off of when I do thumbnails. And sometimes I'll pull a thumbnail that's over a year old, and you can see my neck's all fat and my face is a little puffy. But yeah, I'm trimming down. I'd like to lose about 20 more pounds. I'm not done yet. I'm about 2/3 the way through my weight loss campaign. About 31 pounds. I've been hovering. I haven't lost hardly anything this month. I've been hovering around between 204 and 206 all month, all December. Thanksgiving, Christmas. Yeah, that was my downfall. But I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for the telling me how the video's doing. I just wanted to make sure because, you know, I've always done the dingle ball thing and started my stream with my mic turned off. I've done that more than once. Anyway, so everything's working. You know, I'll go back and look at my stream afterwards too and see how it was going. And my mic, how close I have to set my face to the mic. You know, all this is a work in progress to me because I am not a professional streamer, nor will I ever be. I don't have the skill level to do that. I like to make my videos and frame everything. And ooh, I'm spilling my coffee. Gosh, can't do that. Oh my goodness. Anyway, enough said. Let me wipe this up because I don't want to get, because I'm going to be opening these things up. This, my openings. That's sweet. Now I've got another one over at the post office, and according to, there may be two, according to USPS, because, you know, if I get somebody, if somebody mails me something, I actually get a notification that it's being sent before it ever gets here. So I know to look for it. And apparently there's something else coming from Amazon I'm not aware of. It might be what's laying over there. I have no idea, but we'll do it. Chevy Guy, first time watcher, watch some of your videos, but not any gonna subscribe. Thank you very much for doing the subs. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've made a buttload of videos. I'm embarrassed for anybody to look back at a video that was made back like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. It's embarrassing to look at it. I mean, you ought to, that's why I didn't, you know, usually if I've reviewed, I will put it right up in the beginning of the video that I am re-reviewing this. And, but this, I did it all in the car. I had a t-shirt on and I was actually sweating through my t-shirt because it was so hot in December, no less. And yeah. Are you ready for me? Down 13 pounds, Bert shot, 3 weeks on Ozempic. Well, how's that working for you? I mean, they offered me Ozempic and I'm like, I think I can just do it without eating so much because I knew what I was eating that was bad. And it's worked. You need to get exercise too when you do it. But yeah, I'm losing weight. I wonder if the shirt makes me look skinny. Anyway, let's open up these things. Recognize this knife, my friends? This is my package opening knife. This is the one that has drawn blood on yours truly at least 3 or 4 times. It does need it. It's beginning to lose edge on the tip of its knife. I think I've dropped it too many times. I don't see how cutting boxes open are going to dull it up much. Let me clean up my mess without poking my eye out. Julie wants to know what kind of music I listen to. I don't really sit around and listen to music. The stuff I used to listen to would be jazz fusion, Rush, Neil Peart. I like a lot of percussion. I like a lot of the newer EDM music that's out there now. I'm really a big fan of EDM music. Anybody can make this stuff. It just and you can tell if there's a little bit of skill in it. Fix my glasses. My nose piece is twisted on the right side. Okay. How's that? That look pretty good? Actually, I noticed that in a video and forgot to fix it. I mean, it's not twisted much, but that comes from me watching YouTube videos while I'm sleeping or supposed to be sleeping, and then I fall asleep and I roll over on my glasses. But that's kind of what happens with that. Vinegar Hines, you can get an F in the chat. That dust spot. Can we get an F in the chat? That dust spot on the ceiling. There is no dust spot on the ceiling at all. I don't know what you're talking about. There's shadows on the ceiling. It casts shadows, but there's no dust on the ceiling. There's a spot way over there I just noticed that looks like I had a little bit of a leak up there, but I'll have to go up and check that. I don't know if that's an old leak or not. But it wouldn't surprise me if it did. I'd have to go up, climb up on the roof and fix this metal roof again. You should listen to Band Geese if you like bands. I do like bands. I like live music. No, I don't know about Pat Metheny. That's usually what I used to listen to. But pretty much, if you want to know what I like, listen to my videos, because I pick stuff that I have a lot of variety I listen to. I wouldn't put something in there that I didn't like. Especially in the lead-in intro on a video. That's the most important. As far as the drive-through, yeah, I usually pick some sort of a standard beat. And then for the reveal, I usually pick something techno trance or something like that to try to make it easier to time. And then usually the bite test usually has something that I actually like. And I usually like to put a vocal in the bite test. So, I mean, I don't know if that's really a good answer or not. I appreciate it. You like my Waffle House mug? Yeah, I actually paid big money for that. I have a real one. It's the house. I need to bring it over here so I can drink out of it. But I actually have a real one that one of the waitresses gave me one time because I used to eat Waffle House a lot. I mean, a lot. Yes. Hey, first time chat. Trick Dick Nicks. How are you doing there, man? It's thank you for coming into my Twitch stream. YouTube stream. Twitch, YouTube. That's what we're doing. Birdshot. There's a 1022 on the wall in the background. Yes, there is. Somebody complained about that. Do I own fire? Let me back up here. Do I own firearms? Yeah, I own a 1022. It's right over there. If you know anything about guns, it's a Ruger 1022. It's 22 rifle with a fairly nice scope on it. I bought that to eliminate groundhogs with, and it is very effective. But I won't go into any more gory details than that. But yeah, Birdshot. Somebody had complained a couple streams back that I was covering up my 1022, not intentionally, but apparently I was. So you can kind of see it a little bit in the background if you look real careful. But yeah, and I have a Ruger 9 at home. Yeah, but I don't ever shoot it because the ammo's too expensive. I'm too cheap to pay for it. Octo, your song selection is immaculate. Thank you very much. And I also put the links in there. These are almost all exclusively coming from Epidemic Sound. YouTube has a sound library. They charge you for most of their stuff, and some of their stuff isn't too bad. But the problem with using those YouTube tunes is if you read the fine print in the contract on that, they can change the terms of that contract several years down the road. As a matter of fact, I did a video, it was back in 2019. Nobody looked at it. My videos were horrible back then. I actually got a copyright claim on that. And fortunately, it was with the very tail end of the video. I don't put trailers on the end of my videos anymore because it hurts the algorithm when I do that. But anyway, it's Creative Commons. They call it Creative Commons, and they can change that. So they pulled in a copyright claim on me, and all I did was go into the YouTube editor and cut the end of the video off. I think I yielded revenue of about $3.50 on that video, and it's been there since 2019. They're not getting a penny of that. Not if I can help it. I get so tired of that. And it also happened a lot with Epidemic. I've never got a claim on Epidemic. Never. I did have a problem with Joe Bartolozzi once. They claimed copyright on that video because he did a reaction video, and I went to Epidemic and they actually cleared it. So there. one for the man. One against, we beat the man on that one. Talk to you. Thank you, but I'm done. Too much beer, man. Yeah, too much beer. That'll definitely slow you down. Where's your rifle? Can't see it in the background. It's right back there. I don't want to drag it out here because who knows what YouTube will do with it. I mean, I'm a food channel anyway, but it's a nice 1022. I'd like to show it to you. Actually, it's I spent a good bit of money on that scope. I love the scope. I'm lazy. I'm not a very good shot, so I have to use a scope. Are all those cats in your intros yours, or are they just outdoor cats? Up until recently, they've all been mine. Some of them are my sister's. But the video that I just had with Belle in there, she's no longer an outdoor cat. I just brought her out and threw her on top of the car and started shooting pictures of her. She is like 16 years old, and I thought she was going to die this year. She was so sick. And so we took her inside. I got a big giant dog cage and put her in that. Got her sandbox in there, and she loves it. I thought she'd be trying to get out and stuff like that. No, I mean, I clean the cage out every day, so I open it up, take her out. Before I can get the sandbox out and get the stuff out, she's jumped back in there. She loves her cage. So I brought her out because she's looking much, much better. I couldn't even film her because she looked so bad. And I had her outside, so we took care of that. So yeah, that answers your question. Are the cats in your feature yours? Or they no. I just answered that. None of them are random cats. They are our cats. I feed them, take care of them. Priscilla is mine, unfortunately, because she's mean, evil, difficult to film because she will not cooperate, and she is black. So she is so hard to get a shot. In order for her to look good, you got a picture of her eyes. She got pretty eyes. But Belle, as far as having eyes and having a nice face, she takes the cake. She's good. What if YouTube buys Epidemic? Tell me that ain't so. I don't. Joshua Chewed, is that something, a thing? I had no idea. As long as they stay the same, they're okay. But Epidemic, yeah, I have zero problem. It's because Epidemic actually owns the music that it has on there, whereas the others are just contracted temporarily with artists, and once their contract ends, they move somewhere else, and then they turn around and go back and try to pull copyright claims on you, and then you have to produce evidence, solid evidence that copyright claim is not valid. And I've never lost one, but I literally have 40 or 50 claims when I was on Artlist. Artlist was really bad. And then I was on Music Vine for about a year or two, and they've got their music sounds good there, but they don't have very many songs on there. I blew through I saturated that thing like way quick. Yeah, Belle, I think Belle is probably one of the best looking cats. Now you'll see some other cats in there. Those are my sister's cats. And sometimes I took some of them, and then she has actually taken some of them. I got her a GoPro up there so she can take 240 frames per second shots of her cats to slow it down. New retirement home. Yeah, that's me, Joshua. I just realized today I don't have to go to work. I was so tired of going to work. That's right, Malthasar. If you read the fine print in Creative Commons, they can change the terms of that contract at any time after you've got it, and that is, to me, criminal. And go back and try and take your revenue. And like I say, I got a claim this week on something from 2019. Nobody watched the video. You got $3 in revenue, and that it's just irritating me. I guess they want to nickel and dime you and figure you won't go to the trouble of trying to beat them out of it. Sody Pop's in the house. How are you doing? Joe, do we have lots of content to look forward to in the new year? I hope so. I hope we start seeing some scores above 5. 2024 has been the worst year of YouTube as far as the fast food. I've given out more sub 5s this year than I have since I've made videos. I'm running my mouth. Let me go ahead and open up this stuff. It's time to open up this stuff. I've been talking for a whole 30 minutes. And so I've got a card here. It's, let me see something. I want you all to see it. From Syracuse, New York. I want to see what this is. Man, I'm going to have to do some serious sharpening on this knife. Ooh, I got a card. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I got stickers. Oh, that one doesn't look so good. Check that sticker out. I like this one here. Campbell's soup. Ice cream. Thank you for sending this stuff. That's really sweet to send this stuff. It gives us stuff to open up. I like to open up stuff. We've been opening them up on live stream. Unless I get like 3 or 4 things all piled up, I'll make a separate video for it. But it's something to do on live stream. Here we go. Another Campbell's soup. I like these. I better figure out where to put these stickers. Every time you send a $2 bill. Now, how many have seen one of these for a while? I've got one once. That's sweet. That reminds me. The last time I got a $2 bill was, how many years ago was that? Over 30 years ago. I had a lady I was taking care of in the hospital that had pancreatic or cancer. It's very, very deadly. And she was giving out $2 bills to give her luck. And she survived, by the way. But it is very lethal. Anyway, that's sweet. That's going to have to go up here so we can see it on every video. But let me see if we can see who sent that. I didn't get a name, but that's okay. That way I don't flash it all over the place. It came from Syracuse, New York. If you're in my live stream today, thank you very much. It is much appreciated. We'll get these stickers. I have to be a little creative and figure out where I'm going to put them. Maybe we'll put them on my bite test engage sign. What do you think about that? Let me read in the comments. Maybe you're here. I don't know. How do you find music for your videos? I listen to many, 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 many songs. Yeah, I just pour through a lot of music. Epidemic has such a huge library. I can still find stuff that I have not found before that sounds decent. Birdshot lost a cat in 2022 at 23 years old, and she might last another 5 years inside. Yeah, it depends. She is like gained weight. Her coat looks good. I mean, she looked horrible. We had to bathe her, and she is just happy as pie to be in there. I've never seen a cat so happy to be in a cage. Are you using a tool or a whetstone? Well, I'll use a whetstone for this. I don't have a tool that'll do it. I can show you my whetstone. This is my whetstone. Unfortunately, it's not wet. I don't want to put anything on it. I would use this whetstone to sharpen this knife. You got to get the right edge. I'm not sure I want to do that because your edge is going to be at a different angle than I normally use. But I don't really get that too sharp. Then I'll cut the snot out of myself. Yeah, I don't know. If this was sharpened mechanically, Birdshot might be able to tell you about that. Okay, one down, one to go. I've got yet something else here for my live stream. Opening it up. Somebody sent me some through Amazon Prime, and I have no idea what it is. I had it suggested to me that maybe I need to like pre-open them to make sure they're not something horrible. Nah, we're gonna like, I could pull it on the perforation, right? But what fun is that? What do we have in here? What in the world is this? Take pickle 1 piece. In pick 36 pickle inflatable for ages 3 and up. Well, that covers me for sure. Made in Jiangsu, China. An inflatable pickle. Wow, here. I'll show you the label, man. You saw it here first. I have no idea who sent this to me. I haven't looked yet. I got an inflatable pickle. That's what it is. It must be remembering me from. It must be something about the pickle witch. There you go. I got it inflated. I don't know if I can blow it all the way up. I sharpened it with a cheap bird shot, but it's just the sharpener. But okay, I sharpened it with a cheap $1 sharpener, but it was just looking for because it was a razor blade. It's still pretty sharp. I'll probably end up sharpening it by hand. Do I have an air compressor? Oh yeah, I got an industrial air compressor back there. Let's open it up and take a look at it. I would have to go in the back to get. I got an air tank. It's a big old pickle. Yeah. Let me see if I can get this thing to blow up a little bit. What am I doing wrong? Let's read the instructions. Man, I didn't want to blow up. I don't know. I might have to go, yeah, it's pickle time. I can blow it up. I'll blow it up on the next one. I'll bring an air tank in here and blow it up. So I got a portable air tank I blow tires up with. And I see what it is. Yeah, I'm going to have to blow it up with an air tank. I'm not going to be able to do it. It is pickle time. Look how big this thing is. Sweet. Who sent this? Let me see if somebody sent me a note before I am remiss. Nope. No note. No idea who sent this. Amazon Services. Thank you very much for slipping the pickle to me. It is much appreciated. Pickle time. It's a pool toy, I believe. It looks like it. I may keep this thing away from it. I don't want to cut a hole in it before I even blow it up. I mean, I could go out there and get an air tank. I don't know if y'all wanted to wait or not. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's put the dangerous weapon away first. And then that leaves my yellow, Joe, you were bad because someone sent you something so big it wouldn't fit in a locker. But that's going to be, I guess, for next Saturday. That's what she said. Yeah. I heard you, Hank, in Goobertown. What's your favorite item you reviewed this year? Oh, that's an easy one. That was back in February. That would have been Northwoods Walleye at Culver's in February, and we are waiting. We're going to have that again. I don't know that I'll review it because I just reviewed it. I don't want to keep reviewing the same thing over and over and over again. Maybe I'll bring it in here. Maybe I'll bring it in here and somebody and just eat one on live stream. That sound like a good idea? I think that sounds like an excellent idea. Do I use a shark? Yeah, the whetstone. What are the best jobs in the hospital? I don't know, man. If there is what I call a best job in the hospital, I think nursing is. Nursing's a tough job. I did it for 36 years. I don't do it anymore. What's your favorite item? Distressed textures, anesthesiologist. Yeah. Somebody say pickle. I said pickle because I have got an inflatable pickle. I'm actually considering going back in the back and getting an An air tank. One of my best purchases in many years is a small rechargeable inflator. Just set the desired PSI and hit the button. Easy car maintenance, $12 to $25 depending on sales. Well, I've actually got one of those. I carried on my motorcycle. No, I was somebody was an ER nurse. No, I was an ICU nurse. ICU. I did cardiothoracic ICU, MICU. I did it for a long time. I did an MIC right up the road from here. I just retired in February. Yay! Amaru told me to tell you. I was there. I was in her stream when she watched my videos. Whoa. Man, some of these nicknames, man, I gotta work on those. Yeah. Can we name the pickle? You can try. Pickle Rich. There you go, Pickle Richard. I don't know. That doesn't sit. You gotta have. It's gotta like have a ring to it, brother. God, I'm wanting to blow this thing up now. What do you think? Shall we go get our air tank and blow it up? What do we say? Yes or no? Give me a sign. Give me a sign. You got to wait for a minute because I got to go in the back and bring an air tank out. I'm going to do it right here. All right, I'm going. First time in live stream, an air tank. Hopefully it's got air in it. It's my portable air tank. Let's see if this will work. There. I got a pickle. Lord have mercy. I am in a pickle now. What can I do? What do you think? I like this. So he's going to have to find a place somewhere in my backdrop too. Whoever sent me this pickle, I don't know who you are. Thank you very much. It is much appreciated. I love this pickle. I've got a pickle. Where will we set this guy over here? We got to find a spot for him now. Oh, no. Well, he'll go here for now. We'll find a better spot. Sweet! All right. That's pretty good. Gherkin jerkin on stream? No. Birdshot? No. There you go. There is a pit buster. Yeah, we're wholesome here. Joe doesn't say the bad words that he so desires to. Joe is not going to make any pickle jokes. We're not going to try not to make any pickle jokes. Just going to keep it clean. You know how we are here. We're Mr. Clean. Wow. Yeah. Hey, first time chat. Hey, how are you doing, Tapalo? Somebody sent me a pickle. Somebody gave me the pickle. It's time for coffee. Waffle House. Needs a little more temperature, my friends. Anyway. We have to have a name for the pickle. What will we call Mr. Pickle over there? Pickleweed. Any thoughts on weed? I thought so. What about weed? I can't talk about weed. I have no problem with weed. I don't partake myself. Haven't in 40 years, but no. No, can't do it because it doesn't mix with editing and the creativeness or whatever of editing. Can't do it. Yay, Biscuit, how are you doing there, brother? How is everything over there in Twitchland? I hope some of you all, I watched the video where, if you're just getting here, I watched the video, or I watched the stream where Emeru watched my video. It made me happy because at the very end, I surprised her with screaming happy birthday. Me and Shadow Joe both said at the same time to drive that point home. El Pickle de Joseph, Pia the Pickle, Jose the Pickle. Hello, Joe. What's your next review? Elizabeth, I don't know. I am just going to have to pick something that I know is going to pass the temperature test because I am so tired of getting cold food. Make it even worse. Give me some hot food and some cold food, and you think if you're going to give somebody that's like 180 degrees and that's 100 degrees, you think they're not going to notice? You know, that's what gets me about these places. You think we're not going to notice when we get out of the drive-thru and we get over there and this one's cold and this one's hot? It's going to drive the point home that you don't care. And the sad part of that, all that is I know these people. But you know, you think that's going to make me be nice and when they do something like that? No, they're going to call it like it is. Unless they come and sue me or something, then that's a different story. Who knows? Just microwave the food. Yeah, but why should, I'm doing food reviews. I'm not getting my supper, so I have to do it in a very organized and consistent way. I'm not going to heat their food up for them. I'm not going to go in and pre-order it and say, hey, drop my stuff fresh because I'm doing a food review. I'm not doing that. I'm going in there. Hopefully they won't see me coming in. Hopefully I'll get it just like anybody else. Because I don't let them know. I mean, if they see me out in the parking lot and they know who I am, there are some places I can't get past that do that. There are some places that I cannot slip up on them. Culver's is one of them. Yeah, last 3 or 4 times at Culver's, I'm in the parking lot and they know I'm there. Just driving in the parking lot. I mean, well, they got spies? I don't get it. Yeah, film a grocery store run. I did that a couple of times, going to Aldi's. I did a Aldi's video way back in the beginning. I had a video, by accident. Every once in a while I get a video that didn't turn out too bad. And one of them is called North versus South. Check that out. It was made, I think, in 2018, where I compared potato chips at Aldi's in Georgia to potato chips in an Aldi's in Ohio because they come from different distribution centers and they were different, slightly different, And so that's a video where I actually made grocery store runs. I don't know, it seemed, I'm afraid to deviate too much from my structure of my video. My videos are very structured, they're like A, B, C, D. This is what I do. And I can ad-lib a little bit in between A, B, C, and D and go through my videos. I hate to deviate too much from that. There is one thing I've been thinking about because when I make thumbnails for TikTok, TikTok, I don't put my face in the thumbnails because it's like they're too small to do it. And I was wondering if I was thinking about just putting the product up there and my title, who I am, and not having my my thumbnail face plastered all over every thumbnail in my video. I was wondering if I was thinking about it, but I'll probably just still leave it the way it is. Yeah. You are real. Yeah, I'm real. Postmortem. Yeah, you can't deviate too much. You can change it some, like when I put things up here, stack things on my spinny table and put them on the scales, plunk, 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 plunk. Yeah, I want that. You can change around. You can do different stuff. And I'm trying to think of something new to do because I think I've kind of worn out what I'm doing. Anyway, what else we got here? They have a bunch of cameras so they can see everybody coming in. Probably so. I'm sure they do. But to recognize my car, I mean, my cameras are not all over the outside of my car, just one of them. And I don't put that on until I'm ready to roll into the drive-thru. The South was better, absolutely. That's what it came down to. Now that you can't tell the difference between them, back then I could. But that was a video that turned out all right. But I did a lot of videos that just stunk. And that every once in a while you get one by accident that would come out good. Is there a little... I'm not sure what you're asking in my area. It's a bigger version of Aldi's. It's from Germany. No, I have not seen that lid. I don't know what that is. But no, I have not seen anything but Aldi's. Aldi's are like popping up everywhere, and that's good because there are certain things I get there. No, I'm not afraid to experiment. I just, you get comfortable making them like that. You're going to do your intro in a certain way, and you can change the intro around. You don't have to do everything exactly the same every time. The videos tend to morph over time. There are things that I add, like the Sneakadoodle Bite. Sneakadoodle Bite's only been around about a year or so, but I don't see how I could do a video without doing the Sneakadoodle Bite, because we need to get a taste of that right out of the drive-through window compared to something that's like 35 to 45 minutes later. And, some things age well and some things don't. Like chicken nuggets, yeah, whatever. They'll be, they're, you know what I'm saying. Some things age well, some things don't. Cookies you can carry around for a month and finish your review. Do you have a background in video editing production before your YouTube channel? No, none. Zero. I take snapshots with cameras. That's about it. It's been a hard learn, buddy. The clips are classic. You can't. Yeah. Joey's World collab tour win. Oh man, don't even ask me that. Joey's World and me, we got nothing in common. I mean, nothing. He's an entertainer in a certain way, and I'm really hardcore into the video part of it, and making everything structured. And thank you. The clapping, yeah. The clapping was kind of a transition. I saw somebody open a can of Coke against the lens of the camera, and I tried clapping my hands once, and it worked. Most everything that I've done is from experiments or accidentally me messing things up, and turned out that it looked all right. Who's your favorite cat? That would be Belle. Belle is my favorite cat because she cooperates when I film her. She doesn't like run away or try to bite me or abstinently look the other way from the camera. No matter what I do, she's going to look the other way or start licking her rear end. Yeah, I don't put rear end licks in my videos. What's the best item you reviewed this year? Oh, yeah, somebody asked me that once already. It's I did the Northwoods Walleye in February. I reviewed it. It was a 9.0. Check it out. It was wonderful. Yeah, Belle is looking good. Belle's got all her fur. Belle had patches of fur off over, and she was dirty. She wasn't cleaning herself. She was a mess. But she's looking good. This is the first time I've actually filmed Belle, probably this year. Was in this last video. I shot that segment probably 3 days ago, and took her outside. Belle gives me, I don't know why she gives me, Julie, I don't know why she gives me the stink eye. I don't know. Yeah. You're the best cat dad. I'm sure Belle. Yeah, as much as cats can love humans, I think she's, they know who feeds them. That's what I tell my wife. She loves you, but no, she likes you better because you feed her more than I am, because you're the one that gives her the food. But Belle loves to be petted. Belle drools when you pet her. That's the only disturbing thing. Yeah. Will you ever make a Ho is thirsty. Joe is thirsty. Yeah. How long does it take me to eat all the food in the review? Well, a lot of it, a lot of it will see the inside of a trash can. I'm during a review, I may eat a whole burger out of the 4, and that's usually about it because I'm on a diet, so you know, so I can't eat all 4 of them. Sometimes I will. It depends on what it is. The last couple have been pretty good, like the cold French dipper. Yeah, that all got eaten. Those were actually pretty good. That's why it disturbed me that I didn't give it a good score because it actually tasted pretty damn good. Culver's is amazing. Thank you for the first time chat for coming in and talking to me. Exploratory surgery. Yeah, Culver's is amazing. Biggest thing I missed since moving to New England. Oh, they don't have them up there? Maybe they'll come up there soon. Malthasar. Yeah, there are a whole bunch of them that made the trash. I'm telling you, Malthasar, we went through a whole bunch of them. But you're like I say, it's mixed feelings about the French dipper. I still think it could have been a little bit warmer. If they would have been in the 130s or even high 120s, I probably wouldn't have gigged them like that because, it was medium rare. But those things were like stone cold. They can do a little bit better. The Joe Bartolozzi, somebody, I'm being asked again when the Joe Bartolozzi collab is coming. We both agreed that we would wait till after the holidays and get together because there's a lot going on. So that I don't think that answers your question. I can't really say. It's kind of up to me. If I come to him, he'll arrange it. It's my fault for not getting it done. Hi from Canada, Ernest and Living Wellness. How are you doing? You found me through Will Neff. I love Will Neff. Will Neff has not been streaming for a few days. I think he's in North Carolina, if I'm not correct, unless he's off somewhere else. I think he's with his family, which is good for him. I love Will Neff. Will Neff and Emeru have done an awful lot. Joe Bartolozzi has too, but Will Neff has been there. Emeru watched one of my videos tonight, but I put a birthday shout in it to her because, you can't forget the people who are good to you. How tasty it is. If under 5 or under, I imagine they can't. I don't really talk too much about how I do the score. I do the score on taste and every metric. And then there is some wiggle rooms on the metric. Every metric you fail, you'll lose roughly a point. Now, if the metric isn't that important, if you've got a lot of cold ingredients and it doesn't make 140, yeah, I'll let that slide. Or if it's underweight just by a little bit, I'll let that slide. It just depends. But each metric represents a point. This last one failed 2 metrics. And what made me mad was I had 2 of them that were hot and 2 of them that were not. And that was a big problem. So, and some of you may not know how I do the consistency weight test. And it is not to the letter of the law every time. It just depends on what it is. But generally, I take all 3 of them. I take an average weight of that. And then I take the heaviest and the lightest, subtract it. And the difference between the heaviest and lightest shouldn't be any more than 10% of the average weight. That's my rule of thumb on doing that. I just don't pull numbers. I just don't pull those out of my rear end. So I actually have rough reasons for why I do everything. That's why I get really sad when I get something that tastes really good and they don't do very good on the score when they screw themselves on the metrics. But if you get everything right and it tastes good, you're going to get a good score, brother. And that's what 8s are for. That's what high 7s are for. That's what that needs to be done. Anyway, we've been trying to guess your score when watching your videos on Meat Stream. Do you surprise us from you do? Yeah, I do. Well, a lot of people try to watch my face during the bite test, and that's okay. And that actually works, but you got to pay attention to the points and the taste. The taste can go a lot, give you a lot for that. And speaking of meat, I dropped in her stream the other day, and I so want to do a collab with Meat. I want to go in and talk to her in her stream at some point in time. And she says she will, but we just never seem to get around to it. First time chat. How are you doing there, Fumi Koakai? Hey. Yeah, I go there. Yeah, Meat. She's a live streamer. She's a VR chat or a virtual reality streamer. Yeah, she's pretty funny. What's the story on the pizza boxes on the wall? Because my balls look like hell. And so I didn't know what else to do. And I was collecting a lot of pizza boxes and all sorts of food boxes from doing reviews. It's like I'm collecting these, as long as they're not too funky. And like you saw in my video, I was playing with them. I did a thing where I was clapping them up, pop, 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 back, up and down the thing. I did that once. Would you ever do a cameo? I thought I would, but I've never done one. I know what you're talking about. Cameos don't seem just like an authentic thing to do. The most I do is the birthday shout outs, and I try to keep those down pretty short. I let my birthday shout outs run way long on this video. Way long. And I'm going to try not to do that again. Anyway, Joe, I don't know if you remember, but you remember pepperoni and cheese as well as the Great Guido sub with no onions, no vinegar. Yes, that is true. What do you got to say? Yeah, what about that? Yeah, just get a pepperoni pizza. Just say I want a cheese pep and a Great Guido sub, no onions and no oil, and they rock. And tell them you want your Great Guido as soon as don't hold the Great Guido for this pizza to get done. I want the Great Guido to burn my mouth. Say burn my mouth, and you rule, and then you will be good. And then you can eat that while you're waiting on your pizza. Because I can usually kill one of the subs and they eat half a pizza, but I didn't the last time because, I'm trying to lose weight. Half demon. Yeah, a lot of people try to guess it. I mean, I don't intentionally throw people off. Oh, another first-time chat. Spire Lordy, how are you doing? In your whole Neo career reviewing fast food, which national franchise out of all of them has held the best consistency, quality, and ingredients in your opinion? Culver's. I didn't have to think very long about that. Culver's, as far as fast food, drive-through, that's your place. Culver's. I'm sorry if you've already been asked, but what are the odds of you traveling for reviews? Not very high, because I've gotten so lazy and entrenched in the way I do them in studio. It's hard for me to do an in-car review because you don't have the lighting, you don't have the cameras, you don't have the controlled environment that I so cherish, believe me. Hey, Fox, good to see you too. I'm probably going to end my stream at some point in time here in the future shortly. Have you ever had triple O's in Canada? No, I've never really. I've been to Canada. I drove over into Canada once, and then the snow was like 6 feet over my hood of my car alongside the roads, and I let that go. Pizza Steve wants to know if I ever do a Hooters. Hooters. I've never been to Hooters. I guess I could do a wing review of because that's what they do, right? Bone-in wings or whatever, boneless wings. There's no such thing as a boneless wing. You do know that. Racing Greg, my birthday is on 12/31, so you were born the last day of the year. Happy birthday on 12/31. Yeah, boneless. There's no such thing as boneless wings. You do know that, right? Do you consider Report of the Week competition? No. Report of the Week, he has his own gig. What we do is really has almost nothing in common. There are actually almost no competition because nobody does the reviews like I do. Comes from a boneless chicken, yeah. Boneless chickens are nuggets, but no, not at all. I don't watch food reviewers because they'll skew my taste. They'll mess my score up if I see what else somebody else thinks, and I'll be focused on what they're talking about when I'm eating it, and I just don't do that. But I have watched I've watched Report of the Week. I know who he is. One of the very first YouTubers I ever watched. Good guy, but he's got his own his own humor and his own thing he does, you know. Like I say, I don't really think there's hardly any competition in what I do. I've not seen anybody try to copy my videos, not even slightly. Put 2025 glasses on the pickle. I don't have any 2025 glasses on the pickle. Do you consider okay, isn't a boneless wing just chicken breast? No. Boneless wing is a nugget. It could be anything. Just Google it. I mean, don't believe me. Isn't a boneless? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have no problem doing Hooters. I mean, they don't have a drive-through, but I can just walk in and get it. I don't know how good their wings are. I've never been there in my life. Never. I just never have. Yeah, it would be cool to do it with Moist Critical. And Moist Critical doesn't even respond to my emails, messages, or anything. I just tried to thank him for doing my video a couple years ago, and nothing. It's okay. I don't take it personal. It's okay. He's a busy guy. He's got like people work for him and stuff. I'm by myself. But yeah, that would be cool. It would help my channel out too, but it is what it is. My channel's doing just fine. I'm quite happy with the way things are. Hooters, yeah, I'll look into it. I'll look into see if I can get their nutritional information and stuff like that. And maybe we'll get something like that together. Had to stitch to Twitch. My YouTube was acting up. Half Demon, yeah, oh, sorry your YouTube was acting up. First time chat, Blueberry FN. What's your favorite burger at Burger King? I don't know. The Whopper, the way they used to make it. And you can still get a Whopper and kind of pretend it's like they used to make it back in the 60s and 70s, but you got to really, really work at it because it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Shaw, gosh, thank you for the $10 super chat. You didn't have to do that. Our whole friend group met up in Ohio just for this reason. This was the greatest order recommendation of all time. The sub was amazing and the pizza had the most pepperoni I've ever seen. Yes! Somebody went to Massey's. Which one did you go to? Tell me. Oh, that fills my heart full of joy to see that. Thank you for the $10. Not the $10. Yeah, thank you for the $10 super chat. But to know you actually went there. Yes. I tell you, don't get anything else. Just get the cheese pep. Great Guido. I mean, you can get extra meat on it too if you want, but I never do that. And then I'll eat the sub while the pizza is cooking. And just about the time you finish the sub, then this pizza comes out, and you're like, "Holy hell, I'm gonna eat good." Hey, guy, what's up, man? I finally got somebody went to Massey's. My brother. Hey, John, what's going on? How's everything going over there? Happy birthday to you. I didn't put you in my video, but I did text you happy birthday. Does that count? I wouldn't trust my reviews in my life. I'm not perfect. Reviews, by their very nature, are always subjective. By their very nature. I try to add as many empirical metrics as I can into it and to keep it honest. But, yeah. Oh, somebody said something about Massey's, distracted me. Yeah, I try to keep it honest. But thank you for the super chat. That is very nice of you. The Purple Whopper. Yeah, we'll let the Purple Whopper go. The Spider-Verse Whopper. That was the one to go. Yeah. I mean, I could put a belated birthday in there for in my next video. I did Alice. I put one in for Alice, and she sent me like a card or something. Anyway. Shaw, don't go away. Tell me which one you went to, man. Tell me which one you went to. I gotta know, man. Was it Whitehall? Anyway, can you tell? Oh, you didn't have to give me the super chat. I went to the location in Heath. Ah, I know. I've been there. Go to Pataskala the next time. He's okay. They're all okay. But go to Pataskala next time and tell them you know me, Joe, is hungry. They'll know who I am. Yeah. Well, thank you for the second super chat. You didn't need to do that. You can just message me. I'll see it. Anyway, but it is appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you. It helps the channel, helps pay the bills, because there are bills associated with this. Anyway, honestly, I like Hooter wings, but they're more expensive than the typical wing place. Really? I don't know. I've never been there. I guess I'll go on their website, see if I could work something up. Have you ever tried Popeye's sweet and spicy wings? I think I did a review on that. I really do think I did a review on that. I'd have to look. That's probably the last time I was there, and they made me mad, and I haven't been back since. The best burger at Burger King isn't a high bar. It is definitely not Bisquick. Yeah, that's kind of a question. Which one do you hate the least? How can you fit even more meat on a mat? They try. You can, believe me. It's a flat surface, so you can pile more on it, but you don't need any more than that. I mean, that's enough oil and stuff in there to stop 2 hearts. Man, that makes it good too. Yeah, and Heath. Yeah, that's a big, that Heath, they must have, I think they have like 130 televisions in there I was talking about. I'd hate to pay their electric bill running all those TVs. Yeah, I know which one. Yeah, like I said, Heath, I'm very familiar with. But go to Pataskala. It's not that far from there, actually. I just wanted to pop and say thank you. So many hours of content. Thank you very much, Brandon. I thought Liz was here. I don't know where gardening right now Liz is. She hasn't texted me because she fussed at me for the last time for not checking my text because somebody was trying to tell me something about one of these things that I opened up. And everybody that's new here, I got cards. I got a Christmas card. It's going to have to go up here on the wall too. So I keep everything everybody sends me. Everything people send me turns into my backdrop. That's the way it goes. I saw an ad for patty melts at Burger King. Yeah, they brought the patty melts back, but I'm not going to subject myself. I saw that. I saw the ads. I watched out for the ads every single day. What's your top rated item so I can go watch it? Massey's Pizza. I'd have to show you. I'd have to cut and paste a link to the video in there. That is the gold standard for scores. Or just watch the last Culver's video I did. The Northwoods Walleye. Just do a search for the Joe is Hungry Northwoods Walleye, and there you go. Do the latest one. I don't know. Let me text her and see why she's not here. I'm probably going to be on the. Let me see. You forget me. That ought to get her. That'll make her feel bad for it not coming to my stream. She's supposed to be my person and stuff. I'd like to ask also, should I take a couple of days of vacation time to try Massey's? Me, I would. I do it all the time. I don't know how far you're driving, Brandon. Maybe Shaw can answer that question for you because he just went there. They all got together and ate there, and yeah, it was good. Try Pataskala. It's not a very pretty place, but they make their pizza there. The guy that makes the pizza owns that franchise, and he learned from the mate. He learned from the master, one of the old guys back in the original Massey's Pizza. I have not been to the Graceland one. I couldn't say. I just like the Pataskala one. And then you can go to Whitehall too. Whitehall's pretty good. They're indistinguishable. Whitehall and Massey's. But I know Pataskala was one of the original guys. Now there's another one on Main Street that's not on Whitehall, that's down in Reynoldsburg. They made their pizza's okay, but I would probably skip that place. I wasn't really that pleased with them. I mean, they're all good. They're all great, but I just have preferences. Oh, here. Now she's going to show up. Now she's going to come in when I've been talking an hour and 14 minutes and dragging and creeping up toward the end of my stream. Chocolate egg. Why do you live in Georgia? I don't know. Because it's not Ohio. I'm not a fan of Ohio weather in the wintertime or the summer. My preference would be live in Tucson, Arizona again. Maybe I'll do that someday. But I like North Georgia. My wife's from here. I've been in Georgia for many, many, many years. Many years. I left home when I was 18, and I've lived here ever since, with the exception of living in Tucson a couple years. We are about 2 hours away in Cleveland, Ohio, so it's a day trip. Far, but doable. You know where Marietta is in Ohio? 80 miles to the Massey's I eat at. I make a 160-mile round trip every time I go visit my brother up there in near Marietta in Chester Hill, but nobody knows where Chester Hill is. I will actually go there and eat at Massey's. We got half baked so we could finish it at home. Worthwhile option if you... Yeah, you know, I have something to say about that half baked. Yeah, half baked would be all right, but what I would do if I had it is I would probably just get it cooked all the way and take it home and reheat it in a skillet, and then finish it off with an air fryer. Just put it in just to crisp it up a little bit, and put it in the air fryer. Brandon, thank you for a $19.99 for a super chat. I appreciate that, dude. You didn't have to do that. That is not necessary, but it will help pay for the internet here and the electricity, which I do run. Not that much. My electric bill here is fairly low. I mean, my heat pump that keeps this little area at temperature probably added maybe $20, $25 to my monthly bill. I mean, that thing is like, the heat pump uses almost as much or less, slightly less electricity than the refrigerator does. Now I got a fridge out here too. Joe, have you ever had Costco chicken bake? No, I have not. I don't have a Costco membership anymore, so and they're quite a ways away. Ben Vercelia, what's up, Daddy? Same old thing, just sitting here running my live stream, running my mouth, talking to my Twitch people. I love Twitch. Twitch rules. They're responsible. You know, a lot of the Twitch streamers are responsible for my channel being as big as it is. Are you living off a YouTube channel or do you have another job? Blueberry FN, I am retired. I am not living off of YouTube. I don't make enough money on YouTube to even begin to live off of it. I'm retired. I have a traditional retirement. I retired in February of this year. I worked as a nurse for 36 years. The YouTube does make a little bit more than it costs me to run it, but not a lot. I can fix broken equipment, stuff like that when it breaks. Maybe someday I'll get a whole new set of mirrorless cameras and replace these 3 DSLRs I shoot the talking headshots with. You know, I recently bought 6 GoPros, and I can afford to do that. So that's good. Yeah, I've been retired since I got really ill. As soon as I retired, and that went on for like 6 or 7 months, but I finally got better. Went through a lot of this horrible cardiac workup, all this other GI workup that I went through, and got better on my own. And I still have no idea what happened to me. But hey, I lost weight. We're down 31 pounds, 20 more to go. Can't complain about that, my friends. When reheating pizza, I like to do it in a skillet, cheese side down. Really? I don't do it like that. Massey's, when I do Massey the Malthusar, I will just get it. Well, actually, I'll put it in the air fryer for a little bit, and then I'll finish reheating it skillet, crust side down, and crisp it up just a little bit. That's the best I've done. They partial bakes, I'm not really sure how to address that. I've talked to Massey's about it. They tell me to use a stone, that'll help. The problem is a residential oven is not going to get hot as their deck oven. Their deck oven, I think, runs about 5.25 to 550. And I don't think an oven at a house will get over about 450 no matter what it says it's at. I don't think they really go any higher than that. That's just if you want to know. Anyway. What's your favorite food you've rated? Oh, Massey's Pizza. I've been talking about Massey's Pizza for got the hiccups. Coffee time. So sad. I've drank 6 cups of coffee. So sad that it's all gone. Does Mrs. Hungry watch your videos? Yes. I force her to watch my videos before I post them to help me look for errors in it. Like I had an error that I had to fix last night that was in the video. I said, no, I actually, because I said, when I said this thing weighs 266 grams, or no, it's 228 grams, or 4.80 ounces. I said I had reversed 8.40 ounces I had to fix that. I also said, Arby's crispy chicken sandwich. Yeah, I had to come all the way out here and reshoot that part there. Just one cut where I said that wrong, and I had to fix that. And I said Carol. I said Carol instead of Caroline, but I didn't fix that because, I just couldn't. I had to make deadline to drop this video, and that's how that went. So when we're eating pizza, do I like sushi? My wife loves sushi. I don't eat it because I only eat cooked things. That's just me. I'm picky about certain things. I just don't eat. I don't eat a lot of spicy food. I don't eat sushi. I just will not eat raw fish. Just not going to happen. I dropped the skillet off my pizza once. My feet burned off the skin of my right foot. Oh my God. That's a terrible story. Brandon. Maybe it's also, maybe you'd appreciate, but my black cats, age 11, will stop and watch whatever they're doing and watch me. Wow. They must think I'm going to give them some food. That's all I got to say about that, Brandon. Wow. The Fallen Column. Big fan. Just curious, do you eat a lot of the fast food growing up as a kid? Did you have a fave place when growing up? No, I didn't. When I was still at home, no, I ate at home. I ate my mom's food. When I got up to 16 to 17, when I got my driver's license, I ate a lot of White Castles, an obscene amount of White Castles. I could drop 14 White Castles in a sitting, then eat French fries and a large Diet Coke just to get it washed down. I can't even eat 4 of them now without bloating up and falling over dead on the pavement. It's the onions, man. The onions and me, not so much. Do people criticize the tiny details in your videos? Not so much. I get trolled every once in a while, but mostly the trolling action, if they're critical, they're going to say something like, this is the most annoying video that I've ever seen. Yeah, I get that. And I'll say, well, then stop watching them because we don't want you here. Or there are plenty of in-car videos out there that would love to be trolled by you. You can go somewhere else. If you don't, why are you going to stop? And if I didn't like a channel, I'm not going to sit there and type out something obnoxious to them and insult them. I just won't watch it anymore. So if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's kind of the way I feel about it, But as far as criticizing the details in my videos, not too much. I got a little bit of criticism for that dipping thing from Firehouse Subs. A lot of people said that because it was medium rare, it was never going to be any warmer than that. If you heat it up to 140, then it wouldn't be medium rare and it wouldn't be any good. I don't really agree. That there is a certain amount of truth to that, but I don't really agree with that too much. It could have been a little bit warmer than 100s. It could have been a little warmer than that and still not hurt it. So whatever. If that answered the question, half demon or not. Shadow Joe seems to be the kind of guy to troll. Bisquick, yeah, you got that right. Troll, yeah, you troll Shadow Joe. He has a bad temper. You wouldn't see it, but he does. Yeah, me and him don't get along. We got along pretty good on the Emery shout out. I like that one where we shouted out happy birthday together. That was pretty good. Yeah, I thought that turned out really, really well. Do you ever bring your wife the food you review every single time? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she always. Do I miss nursing? Favorite memory being a nurse. Do I miss nursing at this point in time? No. Not the way it was going when I left. Favorite memory of being a nurse? Nursing's not easy. It's hard. Favorite memory of being nurse was the first few times that I took care of fresh open heart surgeries. That, you're literally physically ill before you get there, and once you get going, it's okay. And being really busy and handling it and not having them do things or not having to be rescued, yeah, that was something. That was something. Another thing that I did was kind of fun. Back when I worked on the floor originally, we had this double amputee guy, diabetic, and he had two prosthetic legs, and I borrowed them and laid them just hanging outside his door and put some pillows up to make it look like a body with the feet sticking outside the door, and sat back and watched the doctors around through in the morning and stop and look at it and then move on. That was kind of fun, but as far as missing doing, I can't imagine going back and doing it anymore. It's not an easy job. It is a hard job. That's all I got to say about that. You look like you could crave case down. Yeah, I could. Crave case. Crave clutch, not a case. I don't think I could down 30. I don't think I could down 30 White Castles in a sitting, but a crave clutch, that's 20. Yeah, I could do that. Do you have cats? How many? Yes, I have cats. You see them in my videos. I've got 3 active cats that I'm feeding. 2 that are really ours is Priscilla and Belle. And then there's another one that we haven't named him. He's a black tomcat that we have kind of pulled back from the clutches of death. Oh, goodness. I'm going to do a few more questions, and I'm probably going to head back to the house. Shaw, thank you very much. Shout out, Joe, for saving lives and pulling pranks. You didn't have to give me that. But again, thank you very much for doing that and giving me the brain is like starting to break down and cease to function. Oxygenation's acquisitiveness, Titanic, Technicolor, or whatever. Don't know what that means, Mr. Butler. You kind of went over my head on that one. I thought I was all right. I usually, kept people alive because that's the thing you want to do is get them better, There's no nurse that does not get off on getting their patient better. It's a big downer when you lose a patient. It's always a big downer. We hate that. COVID was kind of rough. COVID was not fun. COVID sucked. Some of the stuff we did, and it didn't do any good. It sucked. And I could tell you why, but I really don't want to go into that right now and what it was. But thank you, Shaw, for the super chat. That's very thoughtful and kind of you. Will this be the last thing you upload this year? Yeah, it will. I cannot see me getting another video out. I cannot see me getting another video together. If something pops in the morning that's really interesting that I can't do, it is possible. What is today? Today's 28th, 29, 30, 31. It's possible if something comes out that I just can't ignore. But I'm probably going to take it easy for a few days. Go along and work the fence row in my property behind the shop over here. Get my cardio in. Probably get a couple more pounds off before the end of the year and do that. Gumbo Mod. Enjoy the New Year's. We'll wait. Yeah, we'll get something. It just depends. If something is really like outstanding comes up, I'll do it. My mom retired 2020 because of the anxiety, so I get it. Yeah, it's not so much anxiety as stress. When you're in charge of a unit and you've got between 9 and 11 nurses working with you, and you in of varying different levels of skill, it can be a little stressful. I mean, it's very gratifying when you get somebody that's new and you see them taking over on their own and making good judgments and stuff like that. Yeah, that's a good feeling to see that. And it's a good feeling when you're working on someone and you make a call and it's the right call and you fix them. Or you see somebody that's slowly sinking and getting worse and worse and worse, and you intubate them and take care of this at 2 in the morning, which is I found quite irritating. I don't know why they would sit on these people all day and we have to tube. You know, it seemed like every weekend we were tubing somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning. This, you know, you really want to tube people, you know, when everybody's there instead of 2 in the morning. But it is, you know, you kind of addicted to it. But then again, I can't imagine going back into. I don't need to work, you know. There's no reason for me to work. I just want to make videos, do whatever I want to do, have a good time while I still can. I don't want to wait till I'm like 75 and retire. That would suck, because you've got such a short period of time before your body starts failing, you know. And I just wanted to enjoy things a little bit. And I picked a hobby that would be fun. What's your favorite Wingstop flavor? Ooh. Lemon pepper? Lemon pepper. That would be it. That's a good question, Miko. Good question. Sorry if I don't get all your questions. Not the best at catching them. Mango habanero. No, too hot. Mango habanero is too hot for me, man. I cannot take heat. I get a little bit more. I could tolerate Will Neff sauce. Y'all know, I know you guys know what Will Neff sauce is. I've got it back here in the refrigerator, my brothers. I sure do. Jackie, I'm glad y'all do. Let me see. Got to watch out for my sister there, because she could text me and tell me I missed a good questions or something. Brandon, I can only imagine sis, and my mom was the RMA and was in nursing home. I can't. Yeah. Yeah, Brandon. Yeah, I mean, maybe there'll be a day on live stream we'll go into that, you know, because my live streams are more at adjunct of my food channel. And, you know, it's not that it's painful to talk about. It's just hard to make anybody understand what was bad and why it was bad, and not make it look like it was the hospital's fault. You know, it's like these rotokinetic beds that we used initially, because turning people upside down seemed to help people going into ARDS. So we had these big old giant beds that you would strap them into, and it would turn them upside down and rotate them back and forth. Those things there would contributed to my premature baldness and my gray-hairedness from having to turn them upside down and having them destabilized while they're upside down. And just... We're not going to go into that story. We'll save that for another live stream. You remind me to talk about the rotoprone beds. Those things need to be dropped in a volcano and forgotten about, and never to be seen again. They are terrible. Some of the things you don't know. You don't work in a hospital. Some of you may have seen some of those abominations. Jackie. My boyfriend Luke and I shout out to you and Luke for watching my videos. I appreciate it. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, the silver hair, and a lot of that's because some of the lighting that I have on there. 'Cause my hair is really jet black. At least I'm telling myself that. Will my wife ever be in my videos? That would be a big negatory. She does not like to be in front of a camera at all. At all. She doesn't go with any of my shoots. She will help me proof my video and look for errors and stuff like that, because I have to proof them. Because there's nothing worse than releasing a video and having this big glaring error in it where you said something wrong, and because once you drop the video, you're not going to delete it and take it back. Am I hungry right now? Yes, I am definitely hungry. I'm going to have me a salad before I go to bed, and I'm not too far from doing that. Yeah, my hair. Yeah, your hair is getting a little silvery too, brother. Yeah, it's very thin up here for me. But I'm doing I got a little comb over going on. I gotta get my hair cut, because I can't stand the comb over. It's got a little a dark streak that actually belongs down that starts flipping up over when I comb it. Whoa, Brandon, no, dude. Thank you very much for the $50. You don't have to do that, man. I'm good. But it's appreciated. Wow. I just don't know what to say about that. Brandon, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Because I'm not too far from. I will tell Mrs. Hungry hello. I imagine you're probably not too far from heading out of here too. John. John is my brother, actually. The one in chat. I've got a couple of brothers left. Yeah, I am definitely hungry. It's going to take me a little while to clean up everything in here once I drop out of my live stream. But it is much appreciated, everything everybody does. Thank you, Brandon. That's very nice. Hopefully, if something pops, something's interesting, I will stop everything I'm doing and make the video. Because, once I see it, once I do that video, you're talking 2 days before the video is going to actually drop. Because it takes me that long to film, produce, write the script, do my research, edit the video, pick the music, and all that stuff. It's quite a bit to it. Birdshot. In one of your reviews, I think you were in a restaurant and you were talking to your wife and she was in the background. Not in a restaurant. The only one that she was in the background, Birdshot, was when I was reviewing, it's been several years ago, when I was doing a review of Taco Bell. I was doing a Taco Bell video. It was like a crunch wrap or a little sweet thing that I was doing. Can't remember exactly what it was, but she was in the background. Every time I'd start talking, she'd start like mimicking what I'd say, try to make me stumble on my words. Yeah. And I didn't put her in a video. I cropped her out of it because she'd requested that. She doesn't want to be in it. Yeah, that's only one time she's ever been on one of my videos. That's back when I was still doing a lot of my reviews in the car before I had like structured it like I do, before Shadow Joe came to life. Before I extracted Shadow Joe from the dimension that lives so close to us. Yeah. Anyway. Any more parting questions before I bail out? Because I've been yakking for an hour and 36 minutes, and I think I'm going to probably call it a day. Does Shadow Joe also have a wife? No. And he'd better stay away from her too if he knows what's good for him, because things can happen to Shadow Joe in between videos that nobody will ever know about. There. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody coming. A lot of people came. I'm really surprised. I got like 80 people on the. And thank you for the super chats, man. That makes a difference. I'm not poor, I manage my assets enough to where I can retire. I mean, I don't drive new cars, as you've seen in my videos, but I have the facilities to keep them running, and it gives me something to do. And Happy New Year to everybody. It is much appreciated, everything. I really enjoy my streams. I'll be here on Saturday, 8 o'clock. Do you all think that, a parting question before I go, I have a question. Do we keep doing these live streams every week? Is that too often, or should we do them once a month? Your thoughts? Every week. We'll stay with every week. Maybe I'll run a poll, but I don't see any reason to change it. I got it down to where I'm always ready to do my streams at 8 o'clock, and that's fine. I try to make a new. I need to bring some food here to review to eat. I need to get a pizza or something. I feel naked without food in here. And I think y'all would like that. I've seen you work a lot on VW's. Thoughts on Honda? I own a 2014 Accord. A Honda Accord 2014, from what I understand, is a pretty good car. My brother might be able to tell you a little bit more about that, but the Hondas are like bulletproof. I have a Toyota pickup truck, a 1991 Toyota pickup truck with over 300,000 miles on it that I bought it new, and I'm the original owner. So those are pretty good too. My hobby is Volkswagen diesels, and I rebuild the engines and everything, and they're pretty indestructible. The cars themselves, as far as the windows, the gauges, and all that, they're pretty so-so. I have to fix those a lot, but the basic diesel drivetrain and transaxle are pretty bulletproof. But anyway, enough about that. We're not going to go into a Mark II Volkswagen diesel stream. I'm going to tell everybody Happy New Year and good night. I'm going to stop streaming on YouTube first and say a few parting words to Twitch. So, YouTube, guys, I'll see you 8 p.m. Eastern Time next Saturday, same time, same station. And you all take care.